whatever this delusion is that you guys will ever be able to compete with me, let go of it. Salute, MobTube. How's everybody doing tonight? I know, this is a rare occurrence. I am early. I'm fully aware. But I was ready to go. What can I say, you know? We have 13 people watching. Huge audience. But they'll come trickling in, don't worry. Dave, Paul Atkinson, Edward Everett, Angela's Right Nut, Amateur Historian, Matty G, Scott L, Robert B, Joseph Montanero, and OC. I should just leave it at that. Oh, I'll go on. Bear Pushy and Joe Root. What do you hear? What do you say? What are we up to? 42? I'll take it. Beverly the Nice One Martin, hello. How are you this evening? That's Fax B. What up? What up? Lee says, what's up, MobTube? Hi, FBS. Hello, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Hello, Lee. Kat, good to see you. Rolex and Race Cars. You. D. Gainey, what up? We're up to 51. Whew. We're killing them now. Did I shout out? Yeah, I got Matty G. I'll see how long it takes. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else is on either. Is somebody else on? I'm not sure. Like I said, at this point, there's only two shows I watch. Gunsmoke the Don and Tony Pizza. The two most entertaining shows. What can I say? Love them or hate them. That pizza vid had me rolling last night. Had to catch it on replay because I had a gig during the live. I know, bro, and I'm disgusted. Hold on. Matty R, what's up, bro? Thank you, Bear Pushy. I can't really play it. It's fucking heartbreaking. I don't know what to do. I got a copyright claim for this bullshit. I was talking about it on my addiction and recovery show earlier. And as you could see, my algorithm is shot. So I had to stop playing regular music. I shouldn't have even done it earlier. On the addiction and recovery show, I played a Eminem and Royce the 5'9" song, but I got to stop. Just the other night, I edited a whole bunch of music out of the intros of my videos. You know what I mean? The songs I'll play before the intro. So I edited out a whole bunch just to get rid of some copyright claims. So I have to chill. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to go about this yet. By the way, I heard Tony Pizza. I was just listening to this like maybe 20 minutes ago. I don't know which show it was, but it had to be from today because he was talking about that video. That video made him mad. Dude, does anybody think that video should have made him mad? I thought it was actually like a more of a tribute video than anything. We were even saying that it would be like if he ever left YouTube or died, it would be like his farewell video. But he got mad about it. I was very surprised. I would have thought he would have found humor in it, but everybody's different. That video was funny, though. The way he was singing My Way with the music was priceless. FBS, my uncle is having trouble with his social security number. Can he reach out? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Just let him get a hold of me at any time. Just tell him I'm always free. You know, I'll hook him up. That video made him a star. Yeah, I mean, he's like Tony Sinatra. You know what I mean? Pizza Blue Eyes, chairman of the board. I don't get it. But it doesn't matter because at this point, I had to figure something out. I got to look at this shit. I got 4 minutes and 46 seconds. I got 85 people. That is unheard of. Usually I have that many people waiting before I click live. More than that. Oh, Mark Thomas, you got to go back to last night's video and watch it. The fuck? Chairman and let me see. I subbed to him because of it. His voice is hilarious. Well, he's got that real raspy like a old fashioned gangster voice, I think. I think that's what I would compare it to. How are we looking on the fixing my credit thing, B? I know you got people in high places. Oh, bro, I'm working on it. Listen, by Friday you should have an 850. You know, you can count on me. According to Tony Soflo, you can count on me. Mark Thomas, the very beginning, I think, but throughout, I played it a few times, but the beginning, I know I played it then. Let's see. Look, that's Faxby is happy. I would be too if I was you. That's an amazing credit score. So 105 people. We're getting up there. This is the Sunday night sit down. Now you guys know how it is, right? The Sunday night sit down. The way I do it is kind of like how I do a lot of my other shows, except it's a little different because generally sit down would insinuate that there's going to be other people on the show with me. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. But guess what? I really don't care unless I'm making money. If I ain't making money, I don't care if the show lasts 11 minutes. But if I'm on a long time, I generally like to have a couple people on with me. But there's some nights where I'm really on a roll where I just want to keep going all by myself, you know? What did I say, Michael Roma? Did I say Saturday night sit down? What did I say? Anthony Cipollone. What do you mean CCW? You mean concealed weapons permit? Back? Is that what you mean, bro? Back? I never had it to begin with. I never even. I got my first felony when I was 19. You know, and even while that case was pending, I actually asked the gun dealer if I'd be able to purchase a gun. You know, I thought I'd try to beat him to the punch, and no, they said no chance. I was just inquiring. I didn't actually attempt it. Testy? What are you here to start trouble, bro? I'm asking you a fucking question. You said Sunday night. If you're here to start trouble, do me a favor. Leave. Thank you. Get mine. You mean you got yours? Poopfinger said I'm on strike. All the big actors are on strike. Is that right? I didn't know there was a strike. In Hollywood, I take it? Oh, that's got to be what it is, Bear Pushy. You're tuning into Stacks, man. I'm going to have Raymundi on for the 45th time, man. I'm shooting to get at least 26 viewers on this show, man. Forgive me if I got to step away to shoot some dope, man, or do some meth, bro. All right, but listen, Raymundi's appearance should be fantastic as usual, man. He's going to tell us again how he helped kill the Pope, man. He's going to lie to us, man, for 45 minutes to an hour straight. I'm going to be high as a kite, man. I'm not even going to know what he's saying, man. I don't pay attention. Mark Giglio, what up? What up? Jesse Roth, hello. Joe C, salute. Oh, guys. Let's see. What do we got? 129. It's going slow, man. Why ain't I getting any viewers, man? It's the algorithm, man. Westies is sending pictures to bankruptcy people. Well, Westies, just be sure to include Shanna's new car. That's all I ask. I'm sure she will be actually, I'm not sure if it's a she or he. They will be very proud of Shanna. Very, very proud. Westies is constantly grasping at straws. Like as if, especially considering the fact that I am a lifelong criminal up until a few years ago. Okay? who was goddamn good at getting away with shit. Very, very good. Couple of cases in 25 years, not bad, right? Uh, uh, you would think that Westies would be bright enough to understand that with me having the past that I've had and just having brains in general, if me and Shannon were to do something we're not supposed to do regarding her bankruptcy case or anything else, that we wouldn't plaster vacations and new cars and stuff all over YouTube. But of course, we know how it works. And the Westies isn't even in this fucking country, is he? Isn't even on this continent. Am I correct? Different continent altogether. Pretty sure. And he's a coward. That's a couple of strikes against you. Casey, that's funny. People think it's easy. It's really not easy. What the fuck ever happened to Anthony Luciano Raimondi? He's like, where's Waldo now? LMFAO. I don't know, man. Somewhere around the time of I would say Lee Cole debate, but the debate never happened. Sometime around then, when that was supposed to take place, I heard he got cancer or something, and I just don't think he's doing much of this anymore. And you want to hear my opinion on why? Same reason A-Light left YouTube after months and months of me badgering him and abusing him. It's it gets to wear on you. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming Raimondi has businesses and shit. At least he used to. He's probably okay with money. He don't need any money. Besides, I don't even know what money he ever made off of this. But you got to understand, Raimondi is a bullshitter. Everything he ever said is bullshit. He's a fucking liar. He's a pathological liar. So, he's been called out on so many things. He probably feels like there's a little bit yet, that a little bit he has left. Like, well, maybe they'll believe this story or that story. They didn't call me out on that one. Maybe he'll make up new stories. But as long as he's on here and there's people such as myself, uh, you know, performing checks and balances, making sure that everything is above the board and legit. Uh, he's going to have issues with this bullshit story. So he probably decided, fuck this YouTube. It's making my life miserable. Who knows? He might even have real opportunities, believe it or not. I mean, at this point, anybody with an Italian last name and a Brooklyn accent has opportunities if they want to lie and say they were part of the mob. Maybe he has bigger interviews to do. I don't know. Maybe he just realized that Stacks is more of a fucking piece of shit than he is, man. And he decided, I got to get away from this junkie. Maybe it was that. I don't know. Could be all those things together. Lee, $4.99. Let's get this party started. Who's going to match? Good question. Good question. Now, as you guys know, Lee, although he's new here, has just suddenly become one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Even though I know you guys are thinking, like, where did Lee even come from? I'm not sure. But he donates, and I appreciate it. He shows us his support. So, the story I'm sticking to is that Lee is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Okay? And considering that he is just that, he makes the rules, I can't break the rules. I don't even bend them. I'm not a rule breaker, never have been. You could tell by my criminal record. So, I'd like to let you guys off the hook and say, don't worry about, Lee saying match. You don't have to match his donation. But facts are, you do. You do. So, I guess I'll just sit here and let the money roll in, Westies is a prick, but he had Code running around Philly looking for him. Westy said he was at one place, then Code would go there, and then say he was at another. Code is such a true dummy. That reminds me of something. Didn't somebody just do that to a guy in Florida? I could have sworn. But I guess people are against, or I should say bias against that guy. So when he does it, it makes him a coward. But when Rusty does it, it makes him a guy who's just making a dope out of someone. Understood. Rolex and race cars. He does? Is that... Are you serious? Oh my God. Rolex and race cars. Please tell me where. Bro, I thought he lived... I swear to God, I thought he was in fucking Ireland or something. Am I thinking of the wrong fucking person? Who am I thinking of with the fucking Irish accent? With a Scottish accent? Whatever it is. Rolex and race cars. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor right now. I'm going to need you to send me his address. Please and thank you. Seriously. Like, I'm sure you can imagine how extremely important that is to me since Westies has said a lot of horrible things about my wife. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They're helping everyone with their credit scores, hoping to get my CCW back. Oh, I got it. Can I get yours back? Oh, okay. Well, let me reach out to Don Berlin and some of my connections, and we'll see if we can pull it off for you, Anthony. Because according to SoFlo, there isn't much I can't do. I have everyone's information. Everyone, even my friends. Yeah, according to him. I just got something. Cat D, $5 for matched. Let's go. Thank you, Cat D. Thank you very much. What do I get over here? OC $9.99. Let's do this, people. Well, listen, guys. It seems like you're being encouraged, at the very least, encouraged to donate to this channel. So, again, it's not up to me. It's not up to me. But what may seem like a simple suggestion, in fact, is much more, what's the word? I just had the word in my head that I'm looking for. I do this a lot. But guess what? I started taking Alpha Brain today. I did. Didn't I order that shit on the show last night? I got that shit today. And I mean early today, like 2:00 maybe. Actually, I think it was even earlier. It was, but it was before I left, and I think I left at 1. So, yeah. Amazon people, we were just talking about it. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, yeah. Michael Ferrara. I know. Mark Thomas. Stacks milked every cent he could count from that fraud. Doing the same interview over and over and over got old. I used to say to him, like when I talked to him, like, what is Ray Monday going to talk about tonight? He's like, I don't know, man. I swear on everything I love. He said, I don't know, man. I don't listen. It's exactly what he told me. I'm like, so he's just going to repeat the same shit. He's like, probably, man. I'm like, wow, you really are on drugs. You couldn't be more laid back, But you are obsessed with my chair and me. It's very odd. I would say for a grown man, but you haven't grown yet. I've seen pictures of you with strippers who aren't even that tall, and you appear to be, I'd say, at the absolute tops, 5. I'm going to go with 5'3" tops. But I honestly think it's more like 5'2". You're a tiny little feller. Thank you, Michael. I made more in 30 minutes begging than Stacks has made on YouTube. Poop finger, look at you. There you go, bragging again. OC, wait a minute. That's the one I read. Shinebox, $9.99, matched. Thank you, Shinebox. Thank you very much. I was looking at my situation last night because you'd be shocked at what a difference 8 days makes. And I was like, all right, so where am I at as far as my check versus my check last month? And this is the conclusion I came to. As of today, I need $1,500 more on my check to match last month's check, which would mean that I actually need about, I don't know, 2,300 in super chats in the next 8 days. No, I do not have any delusions that that's going to happen, but a guy can hope. You never know. Let me see. I get Mobland and Westies confused. Grant called her too. I always assumed they were the same person. Oh, you did too, Tony Duck? So maybe it's Mobland. He has the accent, but I believe he's out this way. All right, well, guys, listen, you know what I need. Help me out. Angela's right nuts says, Jorge not long for YouTube. No. Not at all. Not at all. It's looking pretty bad for him. Like I said, I don't want to get into details. The initial step was taken, but what you realize is that you kind of got to, I'll just tell you, I was able to speak to someone, and I made it clear that there's new developments every day, so to speak. Every day he makes another threat. Every day he threatens to dox another family. So I'm gathering, I guess you could say, evidence. I never thought I would say those words, but fucking right I am. So yeah, it's not going to be good because what I had already was bad. But he doesn't stop, SoFlo. He does not stop. He just keeps going and going and going. You know what I mean? Like the little coked up Cuban Energizer bunny that he is. He just keeps going. He can't slow down. He can't control himself. Threat after threat. And he just terrorizes everybody that in any way, shape, or form has insulted him or said anything that he perceives as an insult. He's got very thin skin. I mean, anything. You could say anything about SoFlo. Like this James Proctor thing. I'm glad that it's over for James. At least that's what I heard. I heard they worked it out. But this is an example. And I'm going to use that clip too. Oh, trust me, where he says about exposing James Proctor's family, because what you got to do is you got to make it very clear to whatever agency you're dealing with that this guy is a constant menace. Constant menace. Okay? No matter what is done, as long as he's on YouTube, he's going to continue to do this shit. He's going to continue to terrorize people and threaten people and try to scare people with violent threats and everything else. He's going to continue to try to have women followed home from work and a whole bunch of other terrible, terrible stuff. So, the thing with James Proctor, and it's not just an example to them, it's an example to all of you. What have I been saying? I've been saying that you could be anybody and you just accidentally insult SoFlo and he doesn't go after you. No. He instantly goes after your family. Instantly. So there's, even if he doesn't get the information to actually go through with it, he threatens it. That's his first threat. That's his go-to threat. I'll expose your whole family. I'll terrorize your family. I'll harass them at work. I'll call your kids. I'll get them kicked out of school. Shit like this. There's no fucking way with the amount of people that have gone or are going to eventually go to law enforcement about this man. There's no fucking way that he's going to just come out smelling like roses. He's going to come out smelling like an inmate who's done a lot of time in prison. He just got rid of that smell a couple of years ago, and now he's going to get it back. It's bad. I mean, the Josie thing, fucking Gunsmoke ain't fucking around. Neither am I. Who the hell knows what Tony Peets is up to? And I wouldn't doubt if there's others, But another thing, like, I know James likes to stay out of trouble. Well, I'm not going to say anything. James is a different type of character. He's not like the rest of us. And I guess Lee was just protecting his partner. But I hate to see anybody ever back down to this dude because that's why he thinks he's so powerful. Because people back down to him. Chunky Chunko just backed down to him. Made me want to throw up on him, on Chunky Chunko. Yes. Um, and so many others have backed down to him. That's why I never thought I'd say the words I give Josie credit. But I give her credit for refusing, even at the behest of Angel and I forget who else, refusing to let the shit go that he did. Because you can't. You can't. Because you know what? This is what happens. You let it go today. Tomorrow he does something worse to you that he wouldn't have been able to do if you didn't let it go to begin with. He terrorized this lady in the middle of the night with phone calls and all kinds of shit. He terrorized her. So that's what's got to be done. And, there's nothing that is going to deter me. Nothing. Short of you just leaving YouTube. Nothing is going to deter me. And I'm not like certain people. I don't sit here and come up with conspiracy theories and make up lies and say I'm going to do things in situations where you can't even do what you're saying you're going to do. You know what I'm talking about. I don't make hollow threats. I'm dead fucking serious. It's been months and months of preparing. This man has threatened time and time again to try to hurt my family. Okay? The women in my family, not the men, the women. Threatened time and time again, and he started doing it in March. So it may be long. What did I say? 3 months? Well, yeah, I'd say since we started fighting again. I'm not going to say since the very beginning. But since we started fighting again, which I'm assuming was somewhere around 3 months ago, I've been preparing every day. Every day. Saving shit up. I got a nice little flash drive, and I plan on doing major damage to his world. Oh, really? Okay, so he won't, just like his identity and his face, he won't reveal that because he's a pussy, coward bitch. Gotcha. Westies, don't worry. We'll find out. I promise. Now that I know you're here, you got a whole new set of problems, my friend. And not just in this country, but you live very, very close to me. Wow. Not bad. You're within what, an hour to an hour and a half, I assume. That's pretty goddamn close. What a wonderful thing to find out. Let me get the fuck down here. Oh, let me shout out my man Tony Ducks. $5 for matched. Thank you, Tony Ducks. Cat D. $5. Oh, I read that one. My bad. Shinebox. $50 for next week. I'll be away. All right. Well, thank you for the $50, man. And whatever you're doing, I hope you're having fun doing it. I'm assuming vacation. That's awesome, bro. Enjoy. I'm gonna have somebody. I'm gonna have to have somebody take over for Shinebox. So, just saying. Chad McDonough, they all love you, FPS. Who are we talking about? I'm sorry. That is not something I thought I'd apply to anything I've said in this conversation. If you mean these people who are obsessed with me and shit, oh yeah. I thought Stax died. Haven't heard of him in months. He died at birth, actually. Believe it or not. What Stax loses in height, he makes up with brain cells. Wait. What Stax loses in height, he makes up with brain cells? I would say what Stax loses in height, he makes up in weight. But that's just me. Stax has big things coming, man. Yeah, he's always got something big coming, and nothing ever happens. Nothing ever. Let's see. Oh, I guess I could read this. Remember the picture they said was your license plate? That was Westy's. That I knew. He married a fat cow for citizenship. Oh, and he used to talk about Shanna. Oh my God. When I find out who you are, Westies, I'm going to fucking demolish you. And since you talk so much about my wife, I'm going to demolish yours. But from what I'm hearing about her, what I say about her will be true. Whereas what you say about Shanna is just made up as a way to try to come after me. So I'm talking about the fat part and all that type of shit. They've said everything about Shanna. She comes on here, she's fucking itty bitty. And then 2 minutes later, they're like, look how fat she is. You know. But apparently, Westy's wife really is a big bitch. I can't wait. I can't wait. Why would people pay your bills? Because I'm awesome, Bob. That's why. Danny Green, what up? You're actually in my thumbnail, Danny. I'm honored to have you here. You died in what? Oh my God, I'm going to say 1970. Was it 76 or 78? Maybe 77. I'm going to go with 77. Thank you for being here, Danny. From the grave. From beyond. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was. He was. I try to use a scene from a gangster movie for each Sunday night sit down. Sometimes I forget and I don't make a thumbnail at all. Usually it's actually a scene of a sit down, but you run out of those, you know? So I've done everything. The Sopranos, The Godfather, Pope of Greenwich Village. I don't know if I ever did Goodfellas. I'm assuming I did. The Sopranos. I already said that, right? And tonight it was the Irish. Kill the Irishman, not the Irishman. I've never seen someone bury themselves the way Jorge is. Yeah. And he's going to take his whole crew with him. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's why, guys, even if I get, on any specific day, I decide to, or any random day, I should say, I decide to, just roast the shit out of him. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. No fucking threats. No nothing. No. Nope. Can't do that. None of that. I have a plan. When pizza calls Miami, you can't help but laugh. Well, listen, I'm just going to go ahead and agree with you, Rolex and race cars, because it's fucking hilarious. Okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That shit is hilarious. Period. Okay? It's the funniest thing he ever named anyone. Pizza claims you and Gunsmoke agreed to testify against SoFlo, and that's why Pizza has been laying off you. Well, if you believe that, then you probably believe Raimundi killed the Pope. I have no idea why the fuck Pizza's saying that. I actually just said something to Gunsmoke about it before the show. But no. The only case ever that I'll ever be willing to testify against in my life is the one against Tony SoFlo. And that'll be from me. Okay? My case. That's it. That's it. So I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But that's Tony. And Tony says a lot of crazy shit. Maybe he has some sort of strategy. I have no idea. But I will tell you guys this yet again. And again, I'll swear on everything I love. I'll swear my life. I have never spoken to Tony Pizza behind the scenes except for once a long time ago over some type of Facebook fucking video call. That's it. I've never spoken to Tony Pizza behind the scenes, ever. So when he says so-and-so reached out to me, okay, this is in your fucking imagination, I take it? Because no. And it actually pisses me off because it's a pretty fucked up accusation. But I'm not trying to distract Tony Pizza right now. Gaspipe would think about whacking somebody if even dreamed about them becoming a rat. I assume SoFlo does the same. Gaspipe would think about whacking somebody if they even dreamed about becoming a rat. Even dreamed about them becoming a rat. I assume SoFlo does the same. What the fuck are you talking about, Grassy Knoll? SoFlo is a rat. What's he going to whack himself? He is a rat. He's the biggest rat on here. What the fuck do you mean? Dexter Morgan, hey FBS, no way they should have struck you for that vid. That music was a generic keyboard, and I purposely filmed the Netflix portion with my phone so it couldn't be struck. Who struck you? No, no, no. It's not somebody who struck me. It's YouTube, bro. Listen, I I heard a woman. I heard of a woman in a story I read or whatever. She got a copyright complaint. She didn't get struck like a copyright strike. That's a different thing. That's when your video gets taken down and you're fucked. Three of those and you're out. She got a copyright complaint for humming a song. This was, you know, in a newspaper. Okay, she got a copyright complaint for humming a song. I tried to do the generic instrumentals and shit before with hip hop stuff. It's insane, bro. You could do anything you want on YouTube, apparently. We've seen it all. We've seen death threats, we've seen doxing, we've seen all the types of crazy shit SoFlo's doing, terrorizing people. We've seen all the crazy shit Tony Pizza's done and said, the racist shit, the homophobic shit. It's all good, apparently. But if you play a song or even something that resembles a goddamn song, you get a fucking copyright complaint. The shit's nuts. And no, they absolutely should not have, Dexter Morgan. It wasn't the song, but it don't matter. I got a couple of my DJ videos, even though I manipulated the shit out of the song with scratching and everything, it don't matter because the music in the background has a copyright. It's not supposed to be that way. It's kind of like a fair use thing. If you're manipulating a song to change it into something different, you're not supposed to be able to get a copyright complaint. Just like when they do instrumentals of actual songs, you know, with different instruments or whatever to make it, you know, sound just a bit different, but you know what the song is. Um, I've gotten copyright complaints for shit you'd never believe. FBI Silo the Jackoff didn't say he manages many beachfront buildings south shore of Florida. No, he said he owns the company that maintains all those buildings. Bullshit, bean shooter. Well, I will tell you this. Like I said, and you know, it might take a while. I'm going to say 95% positive. I've found Tony Silo. Okay, and I will tell you this: there is absolutely a property maintenance business attached to him. Well, he just downright owns it. Him and other family members. So uh, we'll see. But do I think it's that big? Like many beachfront buildings, South Shore of Florida? I doubt it because he doesn't have the money he says he has. And the business I found is not large by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. What happened with James? Oh, SoFlo. James left a comment on somebody's video that Tony took and twisted into. It was about SoFlo, but Tony took it. He did what SoFlo does. He took it and he twisted it into a comment about his family. So he had excuse the green light, big dog, you know, to go after James and his whole fucking family, but mainly just his family. SoFlo's a coward. I'm surprised. Like SoFlo, you do you even realize that like even if you want to believe somehow that it's not cowardly to do that, because you're a sick bastard who attacks women, and I don't mean verbally, I mean physically. You've done it on many occasions throughout your life. Horrible, vicious crimes against women. Um, do you not realize that it looks cowardly? Like anytime a man gets the slightest insult from another man that has nothing to do with the guy's family, fuck out of here. Okay, you did it to me with that bullshit. You took a comment and you made it into something it wasn't in any way, shape, or form. Now I didn't see James' comment. From what I heard, it had nothing to do with SoFlo's family. So don't you understand, SoFlo, that when you take a comment like that, or you for whatever reason, you have a beef with a guy, and the first thing you do is threaten to go after his family, you look like a bitch. You look like a fucking coward, bro. I mean, that's all there is to it. I don't understand that he doesn't realize that. I don't know. He doesn't really make money like that, so I don't know why he keeps doing it. Oh, who are you talking about, bro? I don't know. You're talking about, I don't know who you're talking about. You can't be talking about Westies, right? Because Westies just, he don't have a channel. Who are you talking about? Hmm. Oh, you talking about SoFlo. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Um I told you why he's doing it. Because he can't be Tony Soflo, the badass he was 30 years ago. But he has a fucking need, a desire, and a fucking outright need to feel powerful and tough and important. He built this fantasy world on YouTube. And I mean, nothing outside of his own show, his own world, I'm talking about, where he is a rich guy who has a computer business and owns Lamborghinis and a super special Corvette and fucking, all this horse shit. He created, maybe I shouldn't have said world. He created this fantasy life for himself, I guess, where he has people convinced that he's something he's not, that everything he says about himself, he's convinced a lot of people that it's actually true. And in fact, none of it is true. It's all bullshit. So a guy like him, listen, at one point, he was a bad motherfucker. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He would put a gun to your head and make you piss, big dog. But he ain't willing to do that no more. Okay, he's not that guy. He's a fucking guy. He's a 60-year-old man who still is trying to live the life he lived when he was 30, except he's not willing to actually break the law in real life. So he does it on the internet, and everything is an illusion, as he said himself. It's all an illusion. So it's not about the money. I mean, does he want to be making money? Hell yeah, bro. He used to call me up every fucking other day and say, "Big dog, I can't do this much longer, bro. I'm making $30 a show." And does he need the money? Listen, the dude called me one time, all pissed off. He said, "Bro, everything was going good. This ruined everything, bro. Everything's fucked up." I said, "What's wrong?" He said his fucking tire blew. He needed a new tire for the Corvette, and he was stressed about how much it was going to cost. So, this is not a person with money, but he's managed to come on here and convince the dumb, the stupid, you know, the brainless, that he's something he's not, and he lives like vicariously through this fake person he made up, this fake SoFlo. So it makes him feel tough. It makes him feel like people are scared of him, and he's got all this power, and he'd do it for free. He don't care. He used to say it's his favorite video game. It really is. It's his hobby. It's his life. It's his whole life, bro. Rolex, bro, you don't understand, man. I do this for money. He does this shit because he has nothing else to do. It's his entire fucking life. Even if he does, I mean, it's still his entire life. Yeah, look, when is there not a moment in the day, or let me rephrase that. Where is there a moment in the day when he's not somehow involved with YouTube? And I'm not talking about his personal life that you can't see. I'm talking about what you can see. He's either on YouTube on his own show, he's on YouTube on somebody else's show, or he's on YouTube in someone's chat. Most most of the time under, a sock account, but it's him. And trust me, I can tell you this 100% for a fact. When he's not on YouTube, he's on the phone talking to people from YouTube about YouTube. You know, I forget it. One of his friends made a comment once. I'm not going to get into it though. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but it was so telling what they said. I'm just telling you from experience. It's all consuming for him. I mean, I've never seen anyone take this shit as seriously as he does. I've never seen anyone who has made this his whole life like he has. He's in uh I want to say terrible. He's in a terrible mental state. I'll say that shit, because things that should have no importance in your life, specifically this YouTube, take up way too much importance in his head. Like I I really mean it, guys. When I say, I can't say I'm never, I told you guys, this is a 24-hour day job, meaning there's never a minute in the day when I'm not being bothered by somebody, calling me or emailing me or texting me something YouTube related. But I don't pay attention. You could ask anybody, okay? Especially when, like, I was on vacation. It didn't matter what you texted me, I was not answering. When Mustache Pete, Gunsmoke, and Common Sense were having our usual um, group convo in the text, I ignored it. Why? Would I ignore them? No, no, I would never deliberately ignore those guys, but they understood I was on vacation. I didn't want to see anything because you might say something that bothers me and it'll throw off my mood or my vacation. I don't throughout the day, just like earlier, I got a fucking email from somebody I never heard of. He likes to send me videos, but I've never heard of him outside of email. It was a Jules video. It was 2 minutes long. It had a title like what to ask permission for or something like that. I won't look at it. You're fucking with my life. This is my life when I'm not on YouTube. That's my life. I'm out doing something. I'm out having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm with my family. That's why I told you, anybody, period, who sends me any fucking thing, anything negative, unless it's something somebody else did to someone and it's funny and I may get a laugh out of it, I don't give a fuck. If it's something that's going to piss me off in any way, and you might not think it's going to piss me off, so you're better off doing nothing. If you send me anything, I'm going to block you on every platform possible. Email, text, phone calls, fucking social media. If you're on there, fucking YouTube, I'm blocking you everywhere. I don't appreciate it. You're fucking with my happiness. You're trying to. I would never be like that, man. Never in a million years. When I am not doing this show, I don't give a fuck what's happening on YouTube. And I refuse to partake in any of it. I refuse. So, even the last 2 days of my vacation, the last real night, Thursday night, I posted those pictures and it opened up kind of a can of worms. I shouldn't have done that. It was a stupid thing to do. I went the entire vacation without, other than doing my little shows, without being bothered by anyone, without causing myself any type of stress. It was a stupid thing to do, but what can you do? You can't put the shit back in the horse. It's done. But you learn lessons, and I don't fuck around, man. If I'm out driving, or if I'm with Shanna, or with the kids, or with my mom, or I'm out shopping somewhere, whatever I'm doing, if I'm laying on the couch watching a movie, I don't want to be bothered with shit that's going to make me fucking mad. So it's better off to not bother me with anything, because you never know what's going to piss me off. As far as I'm talking about video clips or even text messages, so and so just said this about you. No. I don't want to be bothered with that shit. It fucks up my mood. It fucks up my mental state. And it has me thinking about this, and I refuse to think about this. Because when you think about this shit all day, you become like Tony Soflo. And I'll never be like that. Never in a fucking million years. If this shit was really all consuming, then I would just end it. I wouldn't do this anymore. Whether you want to believe me or not, trust me. If you guys think, where else are you going to make the same money? I'll figure out a way. Okay. If it's that, severe, if it's a situation where I just have to give this up, I'll figure out a way. I'm certainly not going to go without the money. Okay. When I get used to a certain standard of living, I kind of stick to that by any means necessary, So, that's it, man. That's why I ask people not to bother me. And listen, guys, I'm not bitching at anyone because none of you really bother me with anything anymore. None of my friends, none of my, even people I, don't know that well, but they may have my number, my email, nobody bothers me with anything anymore. But now I got like strangers, like whoever this person was earlier, AT12. I don't even know who that is. Probably somebody trying to hack me. But they like to send me clips of shit that would do nothing other than piss me off. It's always somebody bashing me, talking about my family, threatening me or my family, it's just something, that I obviously would not want to see. So it's like, all right, I'll just block you. I've blocked several people just in the last 2 weeks. There almost isn't anyone left. And I told you, I'm done with the email. If you send me an email, I don't give a fuck. Unless it's about addiction and recovery, or unless it's somebody from here who needs my number or something, somebody who I've, I know from the chat over a long period of time and stuff. I'm not answering the email. I'm not even going to look at it. So supposedly Silo messed up again with another lie. He showed a pic of Conor McGregor on Angels, and he said his son took it. Turns out the pic was from McGregor's IG page from 21. Yeah, I heard Angel made a comment like Silo's going to start his own channel, and uh, then what was it? Then he's going to make you guys eat crow, something like that. You're all going to eat crow, something like that. Hold on, Shinebox $50 said only one shine box. Just kidding. Oh, bro, trust me, you can never be replaced as a friend or anything else. I was just trying to tell the audience that there's some donations that are going to have to be made up for it. Thank you, bro. Thank you again. This is all I'll say to that because I'm not, talking about Angel or none of those people anymore. As long as they're not bothering me, but that's insanity. I mean, this guy. I know they don't want to believe it. What do you think? Like what does Angel think? Does she think that like everybody just got together, friends and enemies, people who fucking hate each other, and they all seem to agree on one thing, that this guy is a fraud? Why would that be? I don't think there's ever in history been a thing that I agree with MR fucking E with, okay? Or those troll guys over there with the different channels. I don't believe we've ever seen eye to eye on anything. I mean, it's one thing we can agree on. So why is that? Why are people from both sides and in between calling out the same guy? What would be the reason? Why would we do that? And why would we be calling him out for the same things? And why would we all be saying that certain things he says or does are fraudulent? Why? You think we had like a Zoom meeting and friends and enemies? Like I was on a phone call with MRE and I'm like, yeah, you know what, bro, you're right. I'm going after him. Why don't you like him? Oh, okay. He's real, but you want me to say he's a fraud? I mean, come on, bro. Come on. This dude is going to be humiliated. Okay, there's a lot of people that are going to make sure of it. Don't forget, listen, I let the dude broker a little peace deal between me and Angel and Marla and Angela. Cool. That's all good. But, bro, you talked about my wife in the past. I heard you. Okay. I came on at midnight and did a show in the middle of the fucking night. You made a comment like we can't pay our mortgage, so things like that. I do not forget, Tony Silo. You have no fucking idea the trouble you're in for as we find out more and more about you. So you can do a channel and lie and lie and lie, but we will be here to I guess you could say uncover every lie you tell, with receipts, with documents, with proof, whatever. Like, for example, you said your son took a picture of Conor McGregor, but then they find out that's a picture from his IG page from 2021. There you go, guys. That's what's called a proven lie. Proven. Now, the people who like him will refuse to believe that he lies because for whatever reason, but everything he says is a lie. He's not rich. He doesn't make 20 grand in 3 days. He didn't pay $20,000 for a suite at the Gotti fight. He's not an ex-boxer. He's not, he doesn't own a whole bunch of cars and all. I mean, Lee Cole asked him what kind of car he owned, and he didn't know. He was like, what's that one? It just came out. He couldn't even think of the car he owned. Ask me what kind of car I just bought. Watch how quickly I tell you. But he couldn't do it. Okay, so that dude is a fraud, 1,000% up and down, inside and out. So, and by the way, his channel is not going to go anywhere. His channel is going to be like Lefty's channel. I'll put money on it. Okay, it's not going anywhere. He's not likable. He's not truthful. And he has nothing to offer but bullshit. So, a few of those people from over there, from Angel Show and stuff, will watch. But everything he's going to say, just like everything he said in the past, is going to be a lie. And people are going to see through that shit. It's going to piss them off. And he's going to have more people than ever coming after him, trying to find out who he is and trying to expose him. And that's what's going to happen. He will be exposed. There is yet to be a motherfucker who hasn't been exposed. Tony. I don't know if you realize that. And bro, people who are much much better at covering up their identities than you have been exposed. I mean, NB and MRE for well over a year, nobody even had any fucking idea what they look like. They didn't even have the slightest clue. And they are extra fucking good. They're professionals at keeping their identities a secret. And look at them now. You know, NB has become Lauren, Stinky Lauren, in the fucking living room with her crotch fucking, her pussy hanging out, her fucking titties, and trying to basically whore herself on YouTube for a dime or two. Okay, and I say dime or two because it's probably drugs she's looking for, and not money. And MRE is now Nicholas. Everybody knows who he is. They know what he looks like. They know where he lives. They know everything. So you think you're different, bro? I think this dude is so hungry for attention because he probably has a very empty life that he doesn't even care that he'll be exposed. He knows it, but he's like riding high off this shit. It's very strange. I do want to get back to something else I was saying earlier. John O'Reilly, $5 fantasy, so SoFlo doesn't go around in a suit of armor like on his show. There you go. Good point. All that shit. All these women fucking shouting his name and all the cars. And what do you find out? You find out that a couple of the cars in that intro belong to Nikki Blade. Okay. You find out that all those girls, they're random people that he accosts on the street or whatever. Okay. And, he bugs the shit out of them into doing a shout out for him, whatever. I told you, he did it with a waitress while we were at dinner. It's all an illusion. If you look at that first intro, I don't know if he still plays it. Tony Action Tech is back. That one. If you watch that one, what you're going to see is Nikki Blade filming Tony and I forget what kind of car. It might have been a Benz or so. I forget what it was, but that was Nikki Blade's car. So I mean, it's just it's all bullshit. Smoke and mirrors. But I do want to say earlier when we were talking about SoFlo, I forgot to mention this. SoFlo, we've seen one person on here destroy their lives completely. A person who made no money or next to no money, in this case, no money. Okay. And his entire life has fallen apart. And all he really ever did this for was a hobby. And because he wanted some, I don't know, he wanted some attention. I don't know what it was. That's Joe Bay 8th. Never made any real money off it and lost everything good in his life over this horse shit. And again, I want to keep reiterating, this was not a business for him. It was not a job for him. It was simply a hobby. Okay, he was fascinated with it for some reason. He couldn't get enough of it, and he lost everything. His entire life has been destroyed. The guy lost body parts, all his teeth. You fucking name it. His home. I think I don't want to talk about anybody's wife, but I think they got divorced. I'm almost positive, or at least they're not together anymore. Now he's with NB, who, for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? So that's Joe. SoFlo is going to be the next Joe. He's going to lose, well, in his case, I'll just say he's going to lose his freedom. He's going to lose his freedom. But with your freedom, I mean, when you lose that, what don't you lose? I mean, nothing matters without your freedom, not even your health. Nothing. So that's what's going to wind up happening to him. He's going to lose his freedom because of this. He's going to lose his YouTube channel, and that's it, really. I mean, I don't know of anything else, but is there anything else that needs to be lost? I mean, I don't know that SoFlo loses health and shit like fucking Joe did. I highly doubt it. But if he doesn't have his freedom or his YouTube channel, what does he have? Because his YouTube channel is his life and freedom, again. If you don't have that, nothing else matters. So, I'm telling you, he's going to be the second one to lose everything. You watch. Tony Silo got caught in a lie saying his son personally took Yeah, I know. It's the one I read. Well, a similar one I read earlier that said that. That's what I mean. He's been caught in other shit too. His fucking record, his boxing record changes all the time. Like when he was on my show here, and I asked him, "When were you a boxer?" He said, "The '80s and '90s." And then somebody in the chat was like, he said the '90s and 2000s before. You know, so I mean, it's always different. When you lie constantly, you can't remember your lies. You just can't. All YouTube has done is feed his ego and exasperate fake persona he has created because in real life, he's just an ex criminal with a fragile ego. I couldn't have said it better myself, Mustache Pete. Yes, sir. Guys, give me one. Hold on, guys. Let me look at a couple of things. He will give you the word of a man. He just never says what man. Yeah, good point. Which man? Whose word? Lisa Ann's underbelly. Lisa Ann, I know you're the Bee's reporter and you're watching right now. Hi, tell Jules she is a nice. Savage Speaks said on that song I played of hers last night, because you're a B and a CUNT. uh, oh, that's great, Mustache Pete. Enjoy your vacation, man. Say hello to Lisa Ann, everyone. She's here watching to make sure she can clip when the bee is talked about and screenshot the chat. Wave to the whale, everyone. Okay, everyone at the exact same time put fuck you, Jules, in the chat. Everyone, please do this. And then Lisa Ann could report that back to that bitch. YT, wow, that's a funny character. YT, peace treaty broker. I remember I had to broker a peace treaty for Iron Mike and Don King. Wow, that's fucking great. You guys are the best, man. I'm a gentleman and scholar. Ask Kimbo. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Kimbo Slice. Yep. Unbelievable, his stories. All right, Mustache Pete. Have a good time, man. That's it, FPS. I'm done sending you good morning emails. Nah, Jesse, this can't be wrong. They never send me anything. You know what I mean? Neither does like Dave or War or any of the people I talk to, really. Any of our friends on here. Nobody sends me anything fucked up, but. And now it's other people. It's other people. I guess they're going to try to irritate me. I don't know. People that I'm assuming don't like me. So they're sending me shit that not only do I not care to see, I've made very, very clear on many, many occasions that I don't want to see. So, and that's how I keep my life, a life. Because I'll tell you what I do. When I wake up, I'm going to listen to either Tony Pizza or Gunsmoke the Dawn, depending on who's on. If they're both on, Gunsmoke, of course. Okay. Um, then I'm going to get ready for the day. I'm going to shave, shower, whatever. Then I go out. I do what I have to do. Somewhere throughout that time, I'll talk to Gunsmoke the Don. He'll fill me in on some funny pizza shit. He'll maybe tell me a couple of things he heard SoFlo say. I will take that and then do a show. And then that's it. After the show, I usually go back out or something, or I just relax, hang out with Shanna, whatever it may be. And I don't think about this for the second time in the day. I don't think about this. And then I do another show, and then that's it. It's chill time. It's dinner and a movie time for FBS. But that dude's not like that, man. When I tell you Tony SoFlo is always, always, always on the phone with some fucking buddy about YouTube throughout the day, hours at a time with some people. Why do you think my friend has so many recordings? Because the dude just talks and talks and talks, and he'll bring other people on the phone with them, friends, whatever, and then let them talk, and they'll just have conference calls, and it goes on and on. I don't know how many conference calls I've been a part of. It'd be like me, like Beck Brooklyn, Boston J, never Code. I wouldn't be on the phone with Code, and SoFlo. You know what I mean? All at the same time. It's like, and it's, I guess who's talking? Guess who's doing all the talking? SoFlo. Nobody else even gets a fucking word in edgewise. That's what he does, man. He'll just have conference calls all day long with people. It's fucking bizarre. And it's about this. Guys, I'm telling you, man. When I used to spend my days answering emails and comments and text messages and phone calls and all that, nah. That shit came to an end. It's not to be rude to anyone. It's just that I have a life to live. People need to understand that. And I know, people might be like, well, why can't he answer my email or my text or my call? Because yours is one of 50. It's like, I just, you got to take your time back at some point. But, I don't care if it's friendly shit. I don't care what form it comes in. It's just that if your friends don't do that shit to friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to send Gunsmoke while he's maybe hanging out with his son or something. I'm not going to send him a clip of fucking Tony SoFlo threatening to expose his son or dox his son. Why would I? That would, in his free time, that would make him, that would distract him from the fun he's having or whatever he's involved in at the time. It would distract him and it would throw his whole day off. Friends don't do that to friends. Anyway, enough of that. This is true, Mustache Pete. It's absolutely true. I hear MRE is going hard on Silo, so it looks like him and Angel is over. Well, I still haven't heard any. I just don't know when is MRE even on? I don't know. He said he owns a Mini Cooper. That's like the chick vehicle in South Florida. All the like bad bitches and shit have a Mini Cooper. SoFlo is a big overgrown fucking man child. He would look like a fucking gorilla hanging out of a fucking Hot Wheels if he was driving a fucking Mini Cooper. It doesn't even make sense. Then he says he owns an S63 and an S500. Yeah. Oh, I heard about that. I know. Who doesn't know the kind of car they drive? That's crazy. Never heard that. Oh, it's true. Uh, Tony Silo official is the channel name. Like as if there's any fucking uh, clone accounts, right? Like anybody's trying to be Tony Silo. Friend zone from Rhode Island. That's right. Is it true that Lefty tried to buy a man on live stream? I, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but it's just the very question is one of the funniest things I ever heard. So hopefully. Yeah, so Gordon 3. He's not. Come on, man. I mean, listen, I can't, in all honesty, can I sit here and tell you that SoFlo has no income? No, of course not. There's always a possibility that he does have some kind of computer fucking business. You know what I mean? But I think I could say safely, okay, that he's not rich or anything near rich. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. And if there is a stream of income, I don't know. Uh, to hear him tell it he has a computer business, who the fuck knows? Okay. Grassy Knoll, Slob Tube and Fraud Tube has played Angel like a fiddle. It's so pathetic. Uh, well, yeah. I don't know, man. I gotta watch what I say now. There's a peace treaty. Oh, see, these people in the intro, those people in the intros look so uncomfortable. Yeah, well, I think some of them he knows, but some of them are just random people. How do I know that? Because I was there when he just, grabbed a random waitress and said, "Hey, can you shout out Tony Action Tech is back or Tony SoFlo baby or something?" And the fucking waitress looks mortified. Like, what do I have to do for a tip now? What the fuck? I felt like saying, "Honey, don't worry, you're gonna get a tip anyway. I'll make sure." Yeah, he really did, man. Well, no, I can't say for sure that he got divorced, but I'm saying, I mean, didn't we all kind of come to the same conclusion that he's not living at home anymore? So I mean, That would be at least separated, right? I mean, he's fucking NB, okay? So whatever he's doing with his wife, it's not a happy marriage. It's not a healthy relationship. It's nothing like that. But I don't even like. I'm really trying not to even when you're trying to say something like this. I don't even like saying somebody's wife anymore. I don't even like saying it. But he he's with NB. I mean, there's no question about that. And he was living at home and hanging out in the attic and eating candy and playing with baseball cards and sneakers with BK and what was that other douchebag's name? Steve something. Steve that little dirt ball. I forget. Can't remember that guy's name. Boots, that douchebag. Well, with the do rag on, yeah, that's him. He's trying to look like a fucking pro wrestler. Mickey gay Rocky because you and Gunpoke deep down in your heart, you guys are pussies. Oh my god! Look, that's a picture of Mickey Bats. I have many, many pictures of him, but that's not him. He wouldn't call himself gay Rocky. Um, listen, you have no idea how insulted I am that you, a coward who refuses to tell us who you are or show us what you look like, which, by the way, is the most pussy ass thing you could do on all of YouTube or in life in general. You literally hide from people. You're terrified to talk this shit with your own voice or on camera. It's devastating to me that you would call me and Gunsmoke pussies. The two guys that are on here that'll fucking go after anybody, that show their faces, their names, when everybody knows our address and what cars we drive, and you fucking name it. Yeah, you're right. Out of me and Gunsmoke and you, yeah, we're the pussies. And Gay Rocky is a good name for whoever you are. I knew he was with NB, but I assumed he was also still with his wife. Who the fuck would throw their life? Well, maybe he is. I can't say for sure. I just, for a long time, he appeared to be living in a hotel, and then it looked like he was living with NB. I don't know. What do I know? Well, that's probably deliberate. We didn't get nearly enough. Fuck you, Jules. Come on, guys. Don't dare say the C word, FPS. Oh, man. C word. Talking about the CUNT word? I'm not sure. It could be that. It could be something else. Sorry, Jules. I'm behind. Grassy Knoll F you, Jules. But we monkey you, FPS. Oh, I monkey all of you too. I monkey all of you too. You know the funny part is like war or some shit. Like when he texts me or I text him, we're not even talking about YouTube. It's about a life situation or something. You know what I mean? That's how it is with a lot of people I talk to. Batchelder Street, Tony Ducks. Why all these degenerates using the name Tony, Tony Solo, Silo, and who could forget Tony Pizza Sinatra? They ain't worthy of using the same name. Yeah, it's not a name that has a good reputation on here. It's not. Did he? I didn't know he ended it that early, huh? Rolex and race cars. The thought of being in a conference call with Miami and back and them shooting me. Life's too short. I hear that, bro. It was horrible. Angel said she will never be friends with MRE again. Oh, that's Frank. There you are. How come Joey Dimes is telling me I got to unblock you? What are you trying to drive me insane? The thing about Pizza's chat is they are all as diabolical as he is. SoFlo is kicking a hornet's nest and his world will be rocked. Yeah, it's not a good situation. It's not. They are. I'm telling you guys, when it really comes down to it, the person with the most power on here is probably Tony Pizza. For real. Because he can get them to do anything. So. I can also broker conference calls. Angel is behind Solo's channel thinking it will rehabilitate him. You mean it will, fix up his image somehow, and I don't know, make people believe his bullshit. Nah, it won't. Guys, don't forget to donate money, large sums of money to FBS. Oh, look, Stephen Cordell, 1 hour ago, $10, double match. $10. That was for the 5 that I believe. Who sent the 5 and said match? It was. Oh, was it Lee? It was Lee. There you go. So Stephen Cordell matched it. He doubled it, $10. So you know what you got to do, guys. It's the right thing. The right thing for all this entertainment I'm providing you. Baith is a good guy. He needs good people around him. I thought he was Shinebox for a long time. Oh, I remember when she was throwing dishes out. That was fucking funny. Oh my god. She was pissed. Anyone who associates with MB is not a good person. Yeah, well, listen, that's the thing. Like, I know Shinebox was friends with him, but like that, what that dude sat by and let her get away with and let her do to so many of us and our wives and kids. I mean, Bay left his wife. Not sure if he got divorced, but he is definitely with NB. Well, yeah. What kind of word is gun poke, popo? What next? Goo goo gaga. We're adults. Yeah, I know. I know, Shinebox. It doesn't even make sense. Gun poke. Like, why? At least gun broke. Kind of, sort of makes sense. Gun poke. I'll never get that. I'll never understand that. But this is SOFA, right? I mean, this is the same guy who calls me FBI, not even understanding that it just stands for fat bald Italian. This is the same guy who still thinks calling Tony Pizza shit is real fucking damaging. By the way, I have a thumbnail that I've used twice that Jerry the Art Guy made 2 summers ago. Okay, with a picture of Tony Pizza surrounded by a bunch of shit, and it said Tony Pizza shit. It's very, very old. Okay, and believe it or not, I think Jerry the Art Guy was the first one to even come up with that. So Sofa's terrible with that. She has no creativity, no imagination, except for, the imagination, where he's like this powerful, rich Cuban GQ guy. Pizza has absolutely nothing to lose. No. Well, I mean, now he does, but not in it. If Pizza don't give a fuck, he'll go back on the street. Just as a fuck you to people. He don't care. He was definitely playing House with MB. I think it was pretty much assumed by everyone in the genre at this point. Yeah. Silo is a huge fraud. Boston Nick is a pedo. Oh, a pedo. I was like, what the fuck is a pedo? A pedo. Gotcha. Yeah, that dude's a fucking creep, too. Thank you, War. I heard Pizza laying the groundwork to get his people to donate $2,000 because he needs a lawyer to get rid of Soblo, and if they're behind him, they will donate. I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. Pizza's asking his crew for 2Gs to take on a SoFlo with a lawyer. This is the case. You and Gunsmoke supposedly agreed to testify, and yeah, I know. Listen, like I said, I don't know what strategy, what his strategy is. I don't know what he's trying to get across or how he's, using it to scare people. I don't know. All I know is that ain't nobody ever going to say that I agreed to testify against any fucking buddy. Okay? No. Sorry. I ain't letting that slide. I'm obviously going to correct, the false claim, false accusation. Yeah, exactly. Right there, bro. Yeah. No, I'm good. Hey, listen, it's my email, fatbalditalian@gmail.com. Batchelder Street, FBS, I have a request. Nothing's as funny as Mr. 302. Nothing. FBS, I have a request. Can you hit us with some highlight? Don't need to be now. Just keep it in mind for when the moment strikes you. Word, be Bronx. Yeah, I will at some point. I'm not really feeling it tonight. It's been a while for the highlight shit. God damn. Yeah, man. Fat bull snitch. Fat bull snitching. Gun broke the dawn. B. Brooklyn. Bronx. From New York, B. If I catch you in traffic, it's lights out, B. Word. Motherfucker's a trip. That motherfucker's Italian when he wants to be, Puerto Rican when he wants to be, uh, black when he wants to be. He's a Mason when he wants to be, a Crip when he wants to be, a Latin King when he wants to be. He's a member of the Bonanno family when he wants to be. Fucking Highlight has mad identities. Casey, yeah, you're probably right. That's Elder Street. Well, that's what the problem is. That's what Shinebox's problem. Not Shinebox. I'm so sorry, bro. I was thinking about you because I'm trying not to say too much about Joe because I know he's your friend. I don't want to offend you. But yes, that's it's issue, and it's sad, honestly, because even though I think Joe is despicable for what he did by even getting with NB, knowing what kind of person she is. Anytime you see somebody's life fall down around them and everything, including their health and appearance, deteriorate, it's devastating. It's just sad to see, I should say, because uh, how far do I want to go with this? Well, let's just say that what we've seen with our own eyes is that all the nice clothes and all that shit's gone. He's got no teeth left in his mouth. That's fucking terrible. And I don't know his ex-wife. I'm sure she's a sweetheart of a woman and probably an attractive woman and everything else. And I believe he had a nice home. And now, I mean, what he's traded it all for, I don't think it's so much NB as much as it is drugs. But it's a sad situation. You don't really want to see somebody go through that. Just like Lefty. I fucking hate Lefty. But it even makes me a little sad when I look at those pictures. It's like, God damn, because, like Lefty was a somewhat healthy looking kid at one point. He was like universally liked. He was a funny kid. Same with Joe Bay 8th. Joe Bay 8th used to really have his appearance together. He dressed nice. He was all into sneakers and shit. And, I don't know. He let this chick and the fucking Roxy's drive him insane. But, Lefty, like I said, even though I can't stand that kid and I hate him with a fucking passion, it's sad to see. I mean, what the fuck has become of him? I mean, when I first saw him, when he first started developing the scabs all over his face, somebody sent me a picture and I'm like, oh my God, he looks like something out of The Walking Dead. And he sees himself on camera. It's not like, what if he doesn't have any mirrors? No, sees himself on camera. So he knows that's happening to him. And just like we were talking about on the Addiction and Recovery show earlier, we were talking about this. Like, war came up. I think he might have brought up the question. I may have. I'm not sure. But when does it become too much loss? Like, what do you have to lose to finally be like, okay, this is rock bottom. Time to acknowledge that I have a problem and work on fixing it by any means necessary. Like me, I said on the show earlier, I woke up in a fucking hotel. I basically had nothing. I had money and a car. That's it. I was all alone. I was not getting along with a lot of the people in my fucking family. I went to work. I came back. I got high. I went to sleep. I woke up. I got high. I went to work. That's what it was. And I'd have a day off here and there where I'd also drink with getting high, but I'd still be alone. And every now and then there was a chick, of course, but for the most part, I have no girlfriend, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and all I was doing was selling crack and coke out of the fucking hotel room. So I was constantly in fear of being raided. I was doing that shit as long as, I'm sorry, as well as, working and stuff. That was a constant fucking, I can't even tell you the stress because you're in a fucking hotel room. You're on what was I on? I was on the, I don't even remember what floor, but I was a few floors up. It's not even like you could escape. If they kick your door in, guess what? They got your ass. The fucking windows in the room, I don't even think they opened. I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? And oh my god, there's the constant cycle of fucking going to work, coming home, getting high. I never sold anything in the morning, of course. I would wake up. I'd sell coke and crack either on my days off or between work and sleep, whatever. I'd sell what I could, and usually always on Saturday. My thing was always, I had a list full of customers that I had almost trained to spend the majority of their money on Saturday. Saturdays, I could get in the car at fucking 11 a.m. and by 6 o'clock, I made thousands of fucking dollars. You know what I mean? And just stopping at however many different 10, 12 places, whatever. Um, but that's it. Like that was my existence. Being alone is a motherfucker, man. It really is. And even if you got some money, it doesn't matter. You know, it was miserable, man. And then the withdrawal I'd go through sometimes when I woke up, and then that final binge, man. 4 fucking days. I'm with this chick. Of course, because I'm the lucky motherfucker that I am. She was one of the baddest bitches I've ever seen in my life. But regardless of that, I don't. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know where she came from. I'm going through all types of physical withdrawal from alcohol. Um, there's shit moved around in the room. I find out there was people in and out of the room. She's telling me I missed work 4 nights in a row and we slept together several times and all this shit. I don't know who this chick is. I don't know what she's about. At the time, I didn't even know her age. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, how fucking horrifying it is to wake up and not know what you did for 4 days and 4 nights? That shit is terrifying. Terrifying. And like I said, compound it with the physical illness. And it's like, that was it for me. That was it. Like, I made a decision that day. I was either going to live or I was going to die. That's it. And nobody had to force me into anything. I got myself into a fucking rehab. All I did was ask my mom to call crisis intervention. And then, she called, and then the guy called me back and we started working on arrangements. And look at my life now. I mean, there's no denying it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't tell me that you're um, at a lower place in life than I was at. Well, you can. I mean, of course, some people have it worse, but you know what I mean. I was, pretty fucking bad in my addiction, and uh, I got myself helping. And like I was saying on the earlier show, everything just falls into place. It really does. When you do the right thing, things just fall into place. I don't know if you want to call it karma, the law of attraction, the power of the universe. I don't know. Just whatever. Just energy in general, whatever you want to call it. Uh, I'm telling you, I'm a shining example of the fact that these things work out. When you think, oh, well, what's the point in getting clean and sober because I'm still going to be alone. I'm not going to have anybody. I'm going to be broke, whatever. No. That's not the case. I'm telling you. I can't guarantee you'll have specific things, but I'll tell you this shit. Your life won't get worse than it was. No way. And trust me, you'll find things. You'll meet people. You'll make money. You'll find a job. You'll find an apartment. Eventually, you'll find love in your life. And things will get better. And before you know it, things will be better than you ever imagined that they could be. But some of these people you just can't convince. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously, when you're addicted, you're not thinking clearly. The addiction thinks for you. But listen, just like I had periods of time where I was lucid enough to know I was in trouble, so do these guys. You know what I mean? So does like Lefty. I mean, and Joe Bay 8th, I'm sure too. And anybody else who's struggling, like, what do you have to, how low do you have to go before you realize I've lost everything? I mean, and I'm going to keep losing. You know what I mean? Like, Because even if you lost all your possessions, you could still you lose your health. Okay, you may have a home, you could still lose that. Any money you had, you'll lose that. Fuck that, man. I guess rock bottom is different for everybody, but I'm telling you what, if you can't recognize your rock bottom, I can. And I mean, again, like I shouldn't have even said you couldn't be lower, than I was because I was making a ton of money off selling drugs, but then I worked, so I got to go to work every night, and I still used coke. Couldn't drink at work. I'm just not a functioning alcoholic, but I could get high at work all night and associate with everybody and do my job and take my motorcycle parts apart and tag everything, do the paperwork, bring shit back out to the floor, drive the forklift, unload trucks. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I got that. So I did have somewhat of a life. But when I got back to that room, I mean, it was all about drugs and alcohol until it was time to go back to work. And then on my days off, you think I went anywhere other than to hustle, to sell shit to people? I didn't go to visit my family. I didn't go to spend time with a girlfriend. I didn't have one. So I'd make my runs and shit, and I would fucking come back to the hotel, and it was like an event because it was like I have the night off, and I could really get fucked up tonight. But it was still fucking terrible, man. Terrible. I would never want to be in that position ever again. I don't understand people who are fucking determined to stay stagnant and just continue to deteriorate health wise, appearance wise, everything, and lose more and more relationships and money and everything. I mean, it's just, it's not a good place to be. It's a fucking nightmare. So, I don't know, man. But I just thought I'd add that in. Every now and then I like to throw some addiction and recovery stuff into one of these shows. I kind of trick you guys. Like I could never get 245 people on an addiction and recovery show. So every now and then when I have you here, I'll just be like, watch this. And I slide it in. And you have no choice unless you leave. You just have to listen. The one and only Banana Blood. Yeah, that guy. I don't know bananas, B. Remember he said, Highlight said, my mom's B. My mom's told me when I was a little boy, he was growing up in, where was he growing up? Middle Village, Maspeth, Woodhaven, Glendale, Ridgewood, all those places be in the Bronx. Don't forget the Bronx. And for a little while, Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn, and my mother used to tell me, B, she used to say, what the fuck's his name again? John? Listen, John, one day when you grow up, they're going to prick your finger. I shit you not. This is a story he told about how his mother used to let him know that he's going to be made one day. This guy's 12% Italian, tops. And he used to tell that story. One day you're going to get your finger pricked, son. Uh, so, when you think about it more and more, there's we've never been on a shortage of phonies and frauds and pretenders and wannabes, never. And a lot of these people are chameleons. They'll be whatever they need to be depending on who they're talking to. When SoFlo is talking to Angel, he's all about protecting women. When he's on his own show, he's all about destroying women as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Even though those women did nothing to him, it's just that they happen to be married to someone or related to someone he doesn't like. You know, he's a rich guy in his fantasy. In reality, he's the furthest thing from it. All this shit. You got the highlight situation, and a lot of people. I'll reopen some old wounds if I mention them all, but we've had our fair share, more than our fair share. Let me see something. Well, that's good, Jesse Roth. I'm glad to hear that. I hope she's okay. Am I a mad member? What? Am I a made member? Oh, am I a made member in the Bonanno family? Yes, I am. Yeah, because he was John Eyelight, not John A. Light. We had our very own John Eyelight. Pizza and Josie are officially teaming up. They were on the phone today discussing strategy. I almost said tragedy. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't hear about that. Crazy how shit comes and goes on here. Remember last year, all the BS with NB calling CPS on folks who had kids? Oh, of course. I was one of them. Yeah, yeah. And Joe was okay with all that. Sick. I broker all the information that Lee gets. Is that right, Silo? Casey Robinson, I went on a crayon bender once. No clue who I was sharing coloring books with. Waking up with crayon wrappers all over the floor. Wow, that had to be horrible, man. I'm surprised you didn't get treatment immediately at the fucking Crayola factory. So Lee was also chilling inside NB box. Get out. What? What do you mean? I don't even know. Batchelder, yes, the tzatziki. How do you pronounce that? Tzatziki sauce? Tzatziki sauce? I don't even know how you pronounce that. I'm like Lee Cole with Italian names when it comes to that word. I thought it was tzatziki sauce or some shit like that. I don't know. Batchelder Street, FBS. Is it true the highlight brought his mama to the Gotti Mayweather fight? Oh, I didn't hear that. I don't know. Is that right? I know what's funny is that MRE used to make fun of me. And he used to say, and I was even on the show with him once, I think, when he said this. Nah, maybe I wasn't. He said that I was a mob simp. He likes to say that, which is hilarious because he's probably the biggest mob simp I've ever come across in my entire lifetime. Most of us have ever come across. He said that I was a mob simp because I had a Gotti picture behind me, right? Oh, and he said you wanted to go to those mob movie conventions. Well, first of all, that's not about the mafia. That's about movies about the mafia. And yes, if you want to call me a mob movie simp, absolutely. I love those movies. I've loved them since I was fucking 7 years old. Okay, without a doubt. But the funny part is when he would say that, it would be like MRE. Highlight is your boy. You give him props. You call him a real street guy. You bring him in. You have him in the chat. You bring him on the show. You know that Highlight never misses a mob movie convention, right? Like he even gets all dressed up and takes pictures with the actors and shit. But it's like when people are saying something about you, sometimes they don't take a second to actually think about what's going on around them and whether or not that's a good insult to make or not. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you for everything. Stephen Cordell, Tony Ducks. Oh, wait. Oh, Tony Ducks sent another one I missed. Thought it was 5. I guess it's 10. Thank you, Tony Ducks. So let's see. Cat D, Tony Ducks again, Shinebox and Shinebox again. Stephen Cordell, Lee, however you pronounce your last name, OC, Shinebox, John O'Reilly. Thank you guys all for donating. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone else, just for being here as always. It means the world to me. Your love and support. Priceless to me. You have no idea how much I appreciate it and how grateful I am. So thank you guys all for being here. I'll see you tomorrow at some point. I love you all. And until then, salute.